Hello everyone and welcome to Club Reaction to Ross County 2, Rangers 4, a scoreline that definitely doesn't tell the story of the match. I am your host Scott Carney and I'm with Jamie Lowe. Jamie, how are you, mate?
I am good, mate. Good, enjoyed that today.
Yeah, it was back to winning ways. That's the most important thing. Before we get into it, we have Alfie the Frenchie joining us today for the post-match, mate. So if you hear any weird gremlin noises, it's just the dog eating a chew. Nothing to worry about. But yes, I mean, the scoreline definitely flatters Ross County. I think Rangers have conceded 2 goals. One, especially the first one, could have been avoided, but it is what it is. It's 4 goals, and it's a convincing win for Rangers in the end. We'll jump into the game. The team was McGregor, Tav, Goldson, Balogun, Bassey, Davis, Kamara, Aribo, Kent, Hadji, and Morelos. Jamie, any real shocks in it? I think the only one for me was the fact that Roof didn't play.
I thought he was definitely starting, given he is still banned for next Thursday. Was a wee bit surprised to see Kent, although I suppose we're right, taking a knock. It meant he was ruled out. So, no, I know when you guys had done the preview as well, you thought Barrett was going to play. So again, Bassey done well enough. So.
Yeah, not even Barisic on the bench. I don't know if there's much to read into that. I think a lot of people are trying to maybe make something out of that it's not. That it's back to only 6 subs now. So I think that's probably got everything down to it. Patterson is on the bench and he could play left back and right back. So I think that's really all that there is really in that. Into the match, Rangers start really, really well. Looking to dominate really from the start. 14 minutes. Joe Aribo with an absolute beauty. He cuts back on his left edge of the box and calls into the far post. A real bit of quality. And Rangers are rewarded with a goal for their very, very good start to the match. Let's be honest, Jamie. But yeah. Aribo's goal was real class.
Fantastic. Really, really nice cut back in the edge of the box. And just dug out his feet. Started off really wide, but cracking finish. And like you say, we started really well. A lot of attacking intent.
But, I mean, we complained about the... oh, hang on. Alfredo's wanting to join. What's wrong with you? We started really well. I'd say we complained about the camera angle to start with, but the camera angle for Aribo's goal was absolutely tremendous. It really was. Me man's not too happy. Yeah, join us. But as I say, we'll carry on. Obviously, into the rest of the half, and Rangers really were in complete control of the game. I don't think there was really any doubt about it. And then moments later, Connor Goldson makes it 2 from a James Tavernier corner. Finally, a Goldson header finds its mark, and Rangers are in complete control of the game at this point, mate.
Yeah. Very, very good finish from Goldson. Had a couple of chances from set plays, but good to see him tuck that away right into the corner of the net, and absolutely no chance for the keeper.
At this point, mate, it had every possibility it could go on to be a bit of a cricket score. It just didn't. It just didn't seem to happen for whatever reason. We didn't really kick on from that. Aribo goes close with a bit of a break forward that he has. He was kind of cutting one way, cut the other way. The shot was deflected wide and it went for a corner. 32 minutes, Goldson goes close with a header again from a corner. And 35 minutes, Morelos has an effort from the edge of the box, but it's wildly over the bar. And then out of absolute nothing, Ross County pull a goal back. A free kick straight through the box, lands at a County player. We do not get out to close it down well enough at all. The boy gets the ball back into the box, leads to a great shot by the boy. It's a cracking save by McGregor, and the rebound is kind of put away. McGregor, not really much McGregor could do at that point, and it's 2-1. It came out of nowhere. We can't be too critical on the way that it happened after the second ball, but the second ball should have been closed down a lot quicker.
We were a wee bit slow on the uptake defensively, definitely, for that goal. Good finish, not a lot McGregor could do about it, but yeah, we could definitely sharpen up. We've been speaking about that over the past couple of weeks. Ross County were, they didn't have many chances. They weren't threatening throughout the game, but Just again a lapse in concentration for that second ball that I thought we could have been a bit sharper for.
We definitely could have been. I think the more you kind of seen it back as well, especially the replay from it at half time, it was just a wee bit lazy. Rangers were in total control of the game. I don't want to be too critical of it, but this whole solid defence that we were used to seeing last season, it's not really there anymore. And it looks like we're going to concede goals. But doing things like that, allowing the second ball to get put back into the box without any, because the quality of the first free kick when it went into the box, it was nothing. It was a poor free kick and it goes straight through the whole box. And Rangers have to do better to get out and close that ball down, because again, it just leads to the moments of uncertainty in the box. I mean, McGregor can do all he can do. The second ball, McGregor can't do anything about that.
No, there's no stopping that. And again, going back to the team selection, as we discussed at the start, Balogun coming in, Bassey. There's obviously a couple of changes there. I don't know if it's just keeping it fresh for next week. Mm-hmm. But it does feel like last season we had a really settled back four. There's a lot of continuity there. Everybody was comfortable playing with each other. It's not to say people are not comfortable playing. They obviously train week in, week out, but there was a couple of moments where it was just not fully up to speed.
Yeah, not fully up to speed. Again, it's probably all down to the way that we started the league. They started the league as well, mate. We've not been in the most convincing of form. Again, though, I'll go back to the scoreline flatters Ross County. It really does. Rangers dominated the entire match and managed to score 4 goals. But obviously, that really takes us to half time. My thought so far is that we did dominate the half. Probably should have scored more than 2 with the chances that we had. Not so clear-cut ones, but if we had that edge to our game that we had kind of last season. I hate always referring back to it, but I suppose you've got to in these cases. If you had that wee bit of edge, we probably would have been well out of sight by the end of the half. A stupid goal to concede. And the Kent still huffing and puffing, but there was nothing really from him in the first half anyway.
There wasn't. I don't think, in weeks gone by, the issue with Kent is he's went to take people on and lost the ball, lost possession, misplaced passes. I think he definitely had a quiet game today, but when he was involved, certainly from the first half point of view, it was sort of touch and move, and he was looking to get on the ball, looking to do the sort of simple and straightforward thing. So it's not the Ryan Kent we're used to, but I wouldn't say he put a foot wrong.
Yeah, as I say, he still tries. He didn't show as much as he usually does today. He's usually always showing for the ball no matter where he is. I think you can tell that he knows that he's not quite performing just now. So, I mean, I don't want to be too critical of him. He tried his hardest to get into the game, and something's not really clicking for him just now. But again, might just be a drop of form. So we need to just hope that he comes back to it soon. And in the second half, Rangers start really well again. Early free kick chance for Hadji, but it's well over the bar. 54 minutes, Rangers put a real brilliant move together that leads to Morelos being in by Davis. It was an absolutely great ball. Morelos puts his boot through it even, and it goes just wide. We were all thinking, he had to score, but not to worry. The next attack, Morelos scores this time. Kent slips in Bassey down the right. He slips Bassey down the left. He then cuts it back to Kamara, who very unselfishly, I thought at this point, cuts it to Morelos. And Morelos kind of scuffs it into the net, but they all count, mate. They all count.
As soon as it came to Kamara, we were both
shoot,
yeah. Which our midfielders don't seem to like to do. So I know, obviously very unselfish, but a good pass out to Alfie, who passed it very, very gently into the corner of the net. A good finish, but well taken, and our Alfie enjoyed it as much as Alfie did.
I think he reacted at that point because I had a wee shout at me as well when he started barking back at me. But it's at this point you're thinking Rangers are in total control, and we deserved it. I'm not going to lie, we did deserve it. And the run of play, the way Rangers were playing, we did deserve to be that far ahead. Very comfortable, and I say I think I say just when Kamara got the ball, I shoot, everybody screaming shoot. But I mean, this is why Glenn Kamara, who Glenn Kamara is, and by the way, we missed him.
Oh, he was excellent today. I know, we got into man of the match, which we've kind of debated, but we spoke about the game on Thursday night and how whilst we dominated possession last Thursday, never done an awful lot with it, but Kamara just brings something completely different to that midfield. So composed, so aware, so spatially aware. Whenever he's on the ball, receiving it and afterwards, he's just really, really exciting to watch, and he's really growing into that shirt, and I really hope we keep a hold of him.
I hope we keep a hold of him as well. I said to you as we were watching him, I said, this is a boy that now believes how good that he is, and he knows how good he is, and you said it, he carries himself like a Rangers player now.
Totally.
He really does.
Totally.
I think Rangers need to do everything they can to try and keep a hold of him, because when he's not there, you notice that he's not there. Even in the first half, there was just that one wee turn that he'd done. Aribo managed to slide in and win the ball. Kamara's right there with him, and he just the wee drag back and turn, and all of a sudden Rangers are on the front foot again. You can't put money, you can't put a price on stuff like that.
Some of the football we played, probably more so in the second half, but some of the football, especially between Kamara, Alfie dropping deep, Aribo, really neat one-touch football, passing and moving. It's, as I say, really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, there was a wee warning sign just on the hour mark. County get in again down our left-hand side. Another great save from McGregor, but the rebound this time was high and wide. But there was still just wee warning signs there that Rangers need switched on, and the game wasn't quite over. 64 minutes, Rangers should be 4-1 in front. Great football from Rangers down the right-hand side. The ball from Aribo to slip in Tav is real quality. Tav fires over, but he really should have scored here.
He should have scored again. We thought that was a goal. Just a wee bit wasteful. There was a couple of really good chances of that similar ilk where nice football. Someone was put through 1-on-1 in this case, Tav, and like you say, unfortunately just finished over the bar. As I said, football is really good. Just never took every one of our chances. We're sitting being critical, I guess, of we scored 4 goals today. I think it's more so because we conceded 2, but that was a very good chance.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. We're picking holes in a 4-0. It should have been a 4-0, let's be honest. I say it's one goal that could have been stopped. The second one's very unlucky with Bassey, in my opinion. I don't think he means it. We're just about to come on to it. But yeah, the scoreline just doesn't tell the story of the match. I think it's important for people to remember that. I know, obviously, it's always going to read that we conceded 2 goals today, but there's no way Ross County deserved 2 goals. In my honest opinion, they did very, very little to trouble McGregor. I suppose that's probably a wee bit too harsh, but they troubled McGregor enough, but not enough for me to think the Rangers deserved to concede 2. Is that fair? Does that make sense?
I would say it's obviously one of those was a penalty.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And he did make a couple of decent saves, McGregor, but I think, again, it's Rangers turning off. It's just not being switched on fully that's kind of brought McGregor into the game and having to make these saves, but that's why you've got something like McGregor in the sticks, mate, into it.
Absolutely. But I think that's something we need to seriously address. Like you say, we've not so far this season, we've not looked like the same side defensively.
Yeah.
I know we've sort of picked out individuals and speaking about whether it's Goldson sort of switching off, but yeah, defensively, we've still got a wee bit of work to do, I think.
Definitely. So on the first sub that we make, Kamara goes off for Lundstrom coming on. I don't know if it was down to the knock. It looked like he took a wee bit of a knock, but he did come back on and play for a wee while after that. Kamara's definitely going to play on Thursday night and Lundstrom isn't, so it makes total sense for that substitution to happen.
Yeah.
Ross County then got a penalty for a handball on Bassey. So the first kind of shot was outside the box, leads to a decent save from McGregor, kind of pans it out to his left-hand side. Bassey goes to close the ball down, slides in, kind of turns his back a wee bit. His arm is in the unnatural position, if you like, and the ball strikes his hand and it's a penalty. Probably is a penalty. It's not a booking.
It is a penalty.
Yeah.
It depends on your interpretation of the rule, but his arm was up. It looked like the shot was, at least if it's not going on target, it's just going over the bar. But Bassey's got his arm out. So penalty. Not sure about the yellow card, but McGregor actually obviously went the right way. So unfortunately,
he was close to getting that. Yeah, he was very, very close to getting it. He obviously didn't quite manage it. And all of a sudden it's 3-2, and you're kind of thinking to yourself, how is it 3-2? How have they managed to score 2 goals? It did not reflect the flow of the play, the domination that Rangers had in possession, even the chances, really. Rangers had by far the better chances. But as I say, as 3-2, Hadji then comes off, Arfield comes on, Aribo goes off as well, and Kamar Roof comes on. As I say, at this point you're thinking, God, it's going to look like we're hanging on to make it to the end of the game at 3-2, but right on cue, Rangers make it 4. This is a brilliant move that consisted of Lundstrom, Arfield and Morelos. The work that Scott Arfield does, the pass to Morelos is first, is class, but his run, to continue his run into the box, Morelos cuts it back to pick him out, and it is the most composed finish into the bottom corner. Makes a great goal.
Especially, it's like 2 players right in front of him, the goalkeeper, and he just coolly kind of slotted it right into the corner of the net. But you're right, the guy who's apparently finished, Lundstrom, started it all off, won the ball in the middle of the park, was composed and played a nice pass out to, I think it was Arfield, and a really good move. Arfield picked up the ball, played the pass out like you say, and continued his run on into the box, which is what we're used to seeing him doing last year and even the year before. And a really composed finish. So really happy to see us obviously get that 4th goal and just see out the game. Because like you say, it was getting to the point where you were sitting back and thinking 3-2, how's this even happened? And there's a couple of chances, as we've already discussed, where it felt a wee bit wasteful. So good to finish off the game.
I even muttered the words to you, mate. I was like, imagine we draw this game. I was like, how is this? Like, there's no way that Ross County would have deserved it. To be honest, look, as I say, the scoreline very much flatters Ross County. I don't know how many times I need to say that. Right after the 4th goal, there was Ross County knew at that point the game was absolutely over. We had another couple of chances. There was a shot from Arfield, but the ball just kind of didn't drop out the sky for him quick enough, and the keeper got out to deflect out for a corner. And then Kent was really unlucky, I thought, with his attempt. It's a good save by the keeper right towards the death of the game. But yeah, that's it. The game finishes 4-2 in a game that's completely flatters Ross County, to be honest, a scoreline anyway. But I mean, in terms of the overall gist of the game, what this means and whatever else, Rangers just had to win today. We were all looking for a performance. Arguably, it's a 4-0 game, but Ross County have managed to score 2 goals. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe 4-1. Maybe 4-1.
The way I look at it is, I thought we played very good football today. There's still a lot of work to be done. The main thing, of course, is the defensive setup. We always hark back to last season, but a lot of the success was based on that defensive setup. The focus on maintaining those clean sheets. I think we need to get back to those clean sheets and building on that. Scored 4 good goals today, but like you say, let ourselves down defensively. So I need to work on that.
We just move on from it, I suppose. It's 3 points, and that's really all that matters, and that's all it will be remembered for, to be honest. But we move on now to Thursday night. Another massive game for us. Critical that we get the right result in that regard. But we will be back we'll come back on Tuesday night with a Club Deck Corner, where we'll preview the game on Thursday. But just before we go, Jamie, who is your man of the match today?
I thought Aribo was head and shoulders above. I know we spoke about Kamara as well, and I thought those two especially had a great game, but especially in the first half, I thought his goal was spectacular.
Yes.
Dug out his feet and right into the top corner, but crunching into tackles, just completely dominating the play, getting on the ball and making things happen. So Joe Aribo for me.
That's fair enough, mate. I'll go slightly different, and I'll it's between Kamara and Morelos, but I'll go for Kamara. I think he's just class, and we need him there. We always need him there. You just notice so much when he's not there. So I'll go with Kamara. But special shout out to Bassey again. I thought was great. Morelos again, thought was brilliant. Davis doing his job, and a massive shout out to Scott Arfield when he came on. I thought he was brilliant. He really did. He sealed the game for Rangers today. But that'll do us. As you say, we will be back on Tuesday for a Club Deck Corner. Jamie, thank you very much, mate.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Alfie the Bulldog, thank you very much, mate. No, he's not interested. So, yeah, if you could like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, please like and share anywhere that you can. It really does help support us. So until we speak to you next time, we are Club at 22, the Champions Podcast, and I'll speak to you next time. Cheers.